Archangel Michael says, the time is upon you. You may not know it yet, but someone from your past is watching you closely. They see every step you take, every move you make, as if they're reliving the moments from their life that you shared. Their eyes are fixed on your every action, and with each passing day, they grow more anxious. They've kept their distance, but now something has shifted. They want to return. They want to come back into your life, to reclaim the connection they once had with you. Yet, there's a deep fear inside them, a fear that holds them back. A fear that they've never truly faced before. It's a fear of power, of losing control, of being vulnerable once again. Archangel Michael says, the weight of the power they gave you in the past is haunting them now. They never expected that you would rise to the strength you now possess. They remember the times they had you in their grasp, when you were vulnerable, when you were at their mercy. But that was then. Now, you've grown stronger, more independent, more aware of who you truly are. And they are terrified of it. They see the power you hold, and it's unlike anything they ever imagined. You've become a force, a presence in the world, one that can no longer be controlled. Your energy radiates with confidence, with purpose, and it's something they can't ignore. Every move you make seems to remind them of the grip they once had, and yet, they're afraid that if they come closer, they will lose the last bit of power they have over you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, this fear they hold is not one that will be easily overcome. They've built walls around themselves, convinced themselves that returning to you would mean losing everything they've worked so hard to protect. The distance they've created is meant to shield them from the overwhelming power you now exude. But the truth is, they can't escape the pull of your energy. There are moments when they feel as though they can't breathe, when the weight of their thoughts becomes too heavy. They yearn to reach out to you, to bridge the gap they've created, but they're paralyzed by the thought of what that might mean. To step into your world again would require them to relinquish control, to acknowledge that they are not the same person they once were. And so, they watch. They wait. They wonder if you'll ever notice them. They hope that, somehow, the fear they carry will eventually fade, and they'll find the courage to approach you. But they know deep down that it's not just about courage. It's about facing the reality that they can't hide from the truth forever. Archangel Michael says, the time is near. They can't keep watching from the sidelines forever. Eventually, the pull will become too strong, and they will find themselves standing before you once more. But when that time comes, will you even recognize them? Will you welcome them back, or will you see the truth of their fear and power struggle? Type Amen to get blessing 334. There is a heaviness in the air. It's almost as if the universe itself is holding its breath, waiting for the moment when this person finally makes their move. The energy is charged with anticipation, and you may feel it too. You may not even know why, but you can sense that something is about to change. The past has a way of creeping back into our lives when we least expect it. But when it does, we have the power to decide what role it will play. Will you allow it to define you, to control you? Or will you rise above it, letting the past be what it is, something that no longer has a hold on you? Archangel Michael says, the choice will always be yours. The power is within you, and it's a power they know they can't control. They are afraid of what you've become, and that fear is what keeps them at bay. But deep down, they know they have to confront it. They have to come to terms with their own weakness, their own vulnerability, and with the reality that you are no longer the person they once knew. Type Amen to get blessing 335. This person is watching your life unfold like a movie, but they are no longer a part of the script. They are a distant spectator, waiting for their chance to make their move. But with every passing moment, they grow more uncertain. They can see you flourishing, growing stronger, and they wonder if it's too late to be a part of your story again. The fear they carry is not just about losing control. It's about losing the very essence of what they once held dear, the connection between the two of you. They know they can't simply return and pick up where they left off. Too much has changed. And yet, that fear of what could have been, and what still might be, lingers in their heart. Archangel Michael says, they know the power you hold, and they wonder if they will ever be able to understand it, let alone be a part of it. They have no idea what awaits them if they do step forward. Will they be met with open arms, or will they be left standing in the cold, forever locked out of the life they once thought they would share with you? But one thing is for sure, they can't keep watching from the sidelines forever. The time will come when they will have to make a choice. And when that time comes, you will have to decide what role they will play in your life. Will you allow them to return, or will you leave them behind in the past, where they belong? Type Amen to get blessing 336. The silence between you and this person is deafening. The space they've created feels like a chasm, impossible to cross. And yet, every day, they linger just on the edge of your awareness, watching, waiting, wondering. They know they can't stay away forever, but they fear that the power you now hold will be too much for them to handle. They are afraid of being vulnerable, of opening themselves up to the possibility of rejection, of realizing that they are no longer the person you once knew. But even as they hide behind their fear, they can't deny the pull they feel toward you. They can't escape the knowledge that you were once a part of their life, and they want to be part of yours again. Archangel Michael says, the truth is, they're more afraid of losing you than they are of facing their own fears. They fear that in trying to return, they will only push you further away. But no matter how much they fear it, they can't stay away forever. The universe has a way of guiding us back to what we need, and in their case, it may just be time for them to face their fears and take that step forward. Type Amen to get blessing 337. Archangel Michael says, the pull between you and this person is undeniable. Even though they may try to convince themselves that they are strong enough to stay away, their heart keeps bringing them back. The truth is, they can't ignore the magnetic force that draws them to you. No matter how much they try to suppress it, the connection you shared is still alive, simmering beneath the surface. They know that time is running out. The window for them to return is closing, and they feel the urgency rising within them. But it's not just fear of what they left behind that haunts them. It's the fear of the unknown. What will happen when they finally face you? Will you accept them with open arms, or will the walls they've built around themselves be too thick for them to break through? This person is caught in a web of their own making. They've isolated themselves, thinking it would protect them from the very thing they fear most, the vulnerability that comes with love. They built up walls to keep the world, and you, at a distance. But in doing so, they've trapped themselves in a cage of their own design. And now, as they stand on the edge of a decision, they are wondering if they can ever truly escape it. Archangel Michael says, the time is approaching, and they cannot hide any longer. The fear that once controlled them is starting to lose its grip. The power you possess is becoming undeniable, and they feel it more with each passing day. It's like a whisper on the wind, calling them to you, to return, to face what they've been running from. But will they have the courage to step into the unknown, or will they retreat further into the shadows? Type Amen to get blessing 338. Every glance they cast in your direction is filled with conflicting emotions. They feel the overwhelming desire to return to the place where everything made sense, but the fear of what they've become, of what you might think of them now, keeps them frozen in place. They are paralyzed by the power you have grown into, afraid that your strength will overshadow theirs and make them feel small. But what they don't understand is that this power isn't something you wield to control others. It's a power of freedom, of growth, of transformation. It's not meant to intimidate, but to uplift. And yet, this person sees it as a threat to their sense of self, to their fragile ego. They believe that in your rise, they've fallen behind, unable to catch up. Archangel Michael says, the illusion they've created around themselves is slowly unraveling. The truth is beginning to surface, and the masks they've worn for so long are starting to crack. They can no longer hide from the person they truly are, nor can they avoid the reality of their feelings for you. The time is coming when they will have to confront not only their fears but also the truth about who they've become in your absence. They may have convinced themselves that they don't need you, that they're better off on their own, but deep down, they know the truth. The connection you shared is something they can't replace, something they can't forget. And no matter how much they try to run from it, the thought of you lingers in their mind, like a memory that refuses to fade. Type Amen to get blessing 339. Archangel Michael says, they will soon realize that their fear of returning is just another layer of the illusion they've built. They may have convinced themselves that they are strong enough to stay away, but the truth is, they're not. They're just afraid of what you might say, what you might think, and most of all, afraid of being vulnerable. But the time for hiding is over. The universe has a way of making things right, and this person's return is inevitable. The energy between the two of you is too strong to ignore, and soon, they will have to face the music. They will have to come to terms with their own emotions, their own fears, and their own past decisions. It won't be easy for them, but they will find the strength to break free from the fear that has held them back for so long. They will come to understand that it's not about control, not about power, but about connection. The connection you share is unbreakable, no matter how far they've gone or how long they've stayed away. Archangel Michael says, the door is opening for them, and all they have to do is walk through it. The time for fear is over. The time for action has come. And when they finally do return, they will realize that the only thing standing in their way was their own fear, their own uncertainty. Type Amen to get blessing 340. The universe is aligning, and this person can no longer hide from the truth. They will have to face you, face their fears, and face the love they have tried to suppress. There's no running from destiny, no escaping what's meant to be. They will come back, and when they do, it will be with a new understanding of who they are, of who you are, and of the power that lies within both of you. And as they stand before you once again, they will realize that the power you now hold isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. For it is in that power that they will find their own strength, their own redemption. This person will return. Their fear may delay them, but in the end, they will come back, ready to face whatever consequences their return may bring. And when they do, you will be ready, standing strong in the power you've built, ready to decide what role they will play in your life. Type Amen to get blessing 341. Archangel Michael says, as this person stands at the crossroads of their decision, their heart is torn between the past and the present. The weight of their past actions, the decisions they made, and the fear they now carry are suffocating them. Every step they take toward you is a step into the unknown, a leap into vulnerability. They know they can't turn back, but they don't know what to expect when they finally face you. The fear of rejection still looms large in their mind. What if you've changed so much that you no longer recognize them? What if the connection you once shared is gone, replaced by something else, something that no longer fits? They are terrified of that possibility. But no matter how hard they try to ignore it, they know they cannot move forward until they face the truth. Archangel Michael says, the truth is that the fear they carry is only an illusion, a shadow that has been hanging over them for far too long. It's a fear rooted in past mistakes, in guilt, and in self-doubt. But it has no place in the future. The future that awaits them, the future that awaits you both, is bright and full of promise. If they can only let go of the fear that binds them, they will find that the connection between you hasn't disappeared, it has only grown stronger, even from afar. The time for hesitation is coming to an end. The universe is calling them to step forward, to release the fear, and to embrace the future that has always been waiting. They cannot hide in the shadows forever. The power of your energy is too strong, too magnetic. And soon, they will realize that the only way forward is through the fear they have held on to for so long. Type Amen to get blessing 342. They have spent so long watching your life from the sidelines, keeping their distance, but now they can feel it, the pull is undeniable. They may not have the words to express what they're feeling, but they know that something is shifting inside of them. They've been silent for far too long, hiding behind their fear, but the time for silence is ending. Archangel Michael says, the change is happening within them. It's subtle, but it's powerful. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where they no longer let fear dictate their actions. They are starting to understand that their power doesn't come from control, but from the courage to be vulnerable, to be honest, and to face what they've been running from. This person may not know how to approach you, how to bridge the gap that has formed between you, but they will soon learn that the most important thing they can do is simply show up. To be present, to speak from the heart, and to trust that you will understand. For the power of love is greater than any fear, and it is love that will guide them back to you. Archangel Michael says, when they return, it will not be with the same fear they once carried. It will not be with the same hesitations that once held them back. They will come to you with a new sense of clarity, a deeper understanding of themselves, and an openness to the possibilities that lie ahead. They will realize that returning is not about reclaiming control, it's about embracing the future together, side by side. Type Amen to get blessing 343. The person who once feared your strength, who once feared the power you possess, will now see that it is that very power that makes you the person they need in their life. They will no longer see you as a threat, but as an equal, someone they can build with, someone they can grow with. The connection between you will be stronger than ever, because it will be based on mutual respect, trust, and vulnerability. The journey they have been on has been long and difficult, but it has brought them to this moment, the moment when they must decide if they are ready to face the truth. And when they do, they will see that the power they once feared is not something to run from. It is something to embrace. For in embracing that power, they will find their own strength, their own freedom, and the chance for a new beginning. Archangel Michael says, the time has come for them to face the truth, to step into the light, and to return to the place where they belong. Your path has been waiting for them, and soon, they will find the courage to walk it. It may not be easy, but it will be worth it. For in facing their fears and embracing their vulnerability, they will discover the love and connection that has always been there, just waiting to be rekindled. Type Amen to get blessing 344. The watchful eyes will finally turn away from the shadows and come forward, not as a stranger, but as someone who has learned, grown, and understood what truly matters. The fear they once held will fade, and in its place will be a deep sense of peace, knowing that the power they feared is the very thing that will bring them back to you. When they finally take that step, they will realize that it's not about control, it's about love. And that love will guide them back to the connection that was never truly lost. They are closer now than ever before, and as they draw near, they will find the strength they've always had within themselves. They will see that they were never weak for having fear, only human. And now, they are ready to move beyond that fear and return to the life that is waiting for them, waiting for both of you. Type Amen to get blessing 345.